the crowd begins to roar. High-flying daredevils in a battle like never before. Oh yeah, from the turnbuckle to the mat, the action never stops. Talking wrestling takes you to the top. Oh yeah, feel the energy, the thunder as the crowd begins to roar. High-flying daredevils in a battle like never before. Oh yeah, from the turnbuckle to the mat, the action never stops. Talking wrestling takes you to the top. Oh yeah, talking wrestling, it's a wild ride from suplexes to body slams. We got it all inside, get ready for excitement, that's on the show. Talking wrestling is ready to throw down. Oh yeah, woo,
Hello, everybody, and welcome in for another exciting episode of Talking Wrestling with Palm Water Dave and Amy. But tonight, there's no Amy. Amy's not able to join us tonight because she has to prepare for her trip to Huntsville, Alabama. And she doesn't have time to do the show tonight because she has so much to do. Even though I'm going on the same trip, I'm here. But who am I to throw stones and cast aspersions at the First Lady of the Arn Anderson Fan Club, Miss Amy Vaughn? Anyway, welcome in. I'm glad you're here with us tonight. We're going to have a great show. Efren will be along shortly. Efren from the Game Event, my close personal friend. I'm super excited to do a show with him tonight. And we're going to kick it off here shortly. But first, I would like to tell y'all about my weekend. I told y'all I almost went to Fountain Hill, Arkansas 2 weeks too soon, but I made it on time for the event this time. And the name of the event was The Chase Is On. And there was 3 matches that were in the first round of the Down on the Bayou tournament. And this show was stacked with, I wanted to work with everybody. And unfortunately for the other referee, George Wells, he broke down in West Monroe. Starter went out on his car. He had to get towed. He was unable to make it to the show. He was stranded in West Monroe all weekend, waiting to get his car fixed. So I was the only referee there for all 6 matches. I'm not mad about it. I mean, I feel horrible for George, but all of a sudden I'm getting to referee all these matches. In the first round of the Down in the Bayou tournament was Adam Asher, Apocalypse, we call him APOC, taking on Dave Sagan. I worked with Dave Sagan in Chicago at the Wrestling Showcase. I know him from MPX back in the day. Super excited to see Dave Sagan on the show. He's a really incredible talent. I was glad I got to work with him. He came up short. Saturday night. And APOC got the win. Trying to put APOC down for the count of 3 is a tall order for anybody. The second match of the night was former NWA junior heavyweight champion Steve Anthony with former BIW champion Bam Bam Malone to take on part of Southern Royalty, the Nightmare Jeremiah. Angel Camacho couldn't make it Saturday night, but we had Ocho Camacho. And there's lots of Camachos, and they're all bad to the bone, and I'm not teasing. So that was a thrilling match. Jeremiah and Ocho didn't get along real good. There was a little contention there. But Jeremiah he don't play well with others anyway. So Bam Bam and Steve Anthony got the win on this one. Barrett Brown, the BIW Deep South Heritage Champion, came out and he took exception to some comments that Bam Bam made New Year's Eve on social media. Bam Bam has never been the Deep South champion, and if he were to win the Deep South championship, he'd be a Grand Slam champion in BIW. Barrett told him that he relies on an old man. He called Steve Anthony an old man. To his face, I'll give him that. But still, Barrett Brown said that Bam Bam relies on old men to help him win matches, and he invited Bam Bam out for the main event to watch him defend the title to show him how it's done. So we moved on from there. Braxton Hunter. I've worked with Braxton Hunter for almost 10 years now. I've back in the pro wrestling ego days. He came in as he's an entrant into the Down in the Bayou tournament, and he had from Southern Royalty Alex Arsenal, who will be with us here on the show next Tuesday night. Super excited to get Alex Arsenal in here. This was a great match. These guys, they went at it. They went to the floor. They tore the place down. They were all over the place. And man, I'm telling you, it was a barn burner, and Alex Arsenal got the win. And he advances in the down in the Bayou tournament, and we'll talk to him about that next week here on the show. After intermission, Victoria Mosh from Dallas, she came in to challenge Cassandra Golden for the BIW Women's Championship, and Cassandra was taking care of her business and retained her championship. I believe that's her 5th successful defense, if I'm not mistaken. Next up, this was the 3rd match of the night from the first round of the Down in the Bayou tournament. Gio Savage versus Chris Lyons. Man, I'm going to tell you that I was so impressed with Chris Lyons. So impressed with Chris Lyons. And man, he is something else. I hope to get to work with him a lot in the future. This guy is, he's got it. And the crowd hated him. Oh my God. But he's just so talented. But he went up against Gio Savage, who's super talented himself. These guys fought pillar to post. It was a clubbering, and Gio got the win. Gio Savage advances in the Down in the Bayou tournament. Next up, we have the main event, the Deep South Heritage title match. Hold on, I think we got a run in here. Timmy C.
What's up?
Timmy C from the Drunken Pop. They got that right.
Formerly known as
Free
Popcast.
The Free Popcast. Thanks for popping in. I'm talking.
You looked awful damn lonely, so I figured I would.
One is the loneliest number. But I'm telling them about the main event between Barrett Brown defending his Deep South Heritage title against Eddie Martinez. Barrett came to the ring with a chair, and I wasn't really sure what was up because it's not a hardcore match. And I was like, we're not going to do this, Barrett. Also, I want to point out Eddie Martinez is 1/2 horsepower with Nate Collins. They are the Bayou Independent Tag Team Champions. The Deep South, they are tag champs. But the chair wasn't to hit Eddie with. The chair was for Bam Bam Malone. And Barrett said that he was not going to defend the title if Bam Bam did not come out and watch the match.
So he brought a chair for someone to sit in.
Right. Put it right there, right in one of the corners there. He told me that he made an announcement, told Bam to come out, said Eddie's not going to get his title shot. Barrett's going to get counted out and lose the match, but retain his belt and live to fight another day. I got to about 7 when Bam Bam came through the curtain. So
I was gonna say you should have done your best Bronco Lubitsch and sat in the chair and ref the match.
I'd had to get out of the ring for it.
Oh, okay.
It was outside the ring. Man, I'm telling you, it was a Barrett. Bam was already dressed and ready to go. So I stopped the count and let Barrett get back in the ring, and we got this thing started. And man, I'm telling you, Barrett Brown's one of the most talented wrestlers in the world.
Now, is he the one on the right here?
Yes.
Because he looks like kind of a badass.
Yeah, 50 caliber Barrett Brown, former NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, current AIWF Cruiserweight Champion. He's wrestled all over, overseas.
Good looking guy.
Fun fact about Barrett: when the Dudley Boys went in the Hall of Fame and they put the stagehand through the table at the end of their induction speech, that was Barrett.
Nice.
He's also been thrown all over the backstage area by Braun Strowman when Braun Strowman was turning over trucks and stuff. He's had matches on AEW. He's had matches on Raw and SmackDown. I feel like he's on the cusp. He does stuff for New Japan America. A great human being. Bit of a prick. He's a bit of a prick in the ring.
Nothing wrong with that.
He's a bit of a prick.
I resemble that remark.
But it was a good match. He tore Eddie's leg apart. I mean, he dismantled him. How he finished the match. Eddie gave Barrett a pile driver on the apron, and then they both went to the floor. They almost got counted out. It was bedlam and mayhem. Katie barred the door, all that stuff. It was a tremendous match. Barrett retained. Him and Bam faced off after the match. Barrett attacked him and started ripping his clothes off of him.
Easy there.
I mean, he was ripping him off. He got his belt off of him.
Are we talking like Slick at WrestleMania 3 style, ripping his clothes off?
Yeah, like Greg Valentine, Ric Flair back in the day.
Whoa, all right then.
And Bam fortunately got the belt away from Barrett and spanked Barrett's ass with it. So
we're talking more like Shawn Michaels and Sonny back in the 90s type.
Yeah, it's going to be our next show. Our next event. They're going to be they'll be in a tag match against each other. I mean, they'll be tags. So, the chase is on. Bam Bam wants Barrett's title. Bam Bam will be a triple crown champion, Grand Slam champion in BIW if he can achieve that. So this is going to be a fun one to watch throughout the year. And just to give you an idea where we're at on the Down in the Bayou tournament, APOC is waiting for the winner of Rook Tyler and Exodus Prime. Exodus Prime caused some mayhem in MPX this past weekend and attacked some officials and has been suspended from MPX. So, I mean, he'll be in a pretty bad mood when he makes it to the next round and for his match with APOC with Rook Tyler. Alex Arsenal's waiting for the winner of PJ Hawks and Casey Black Rose. Thank you.
Elder eyes.
So that'll be a good match. And Alex Arsenal will get the winner of that. Then over on the other side, Geo Savage is going to be waiting for the winner of Hunter Law. Hunter Law's wreaking havoc down in 225 in Houma, Louisiana.
Is that guy's name Zarek?
Zarek Camacho.
It's a hell of a name. I like it.
Yeah. He's one of the Camachos. And then we have another one with Ray Fury is going to take on Demo Diamond. which would be a main event anywhere. Demo Diamond is tearing it up at MPX. Former guest on this show. Both men have been on this show. They're going to take on the winner of that match. Will get Damian Wayne and RJW. RJW, part of Muddy Waters with Geo Savage. Damian Wayne has been doing it big for years. He's badass. He really is. Speaking of badasses, let's recognize who's rolling with us in the chat tonight. Willie Buck, Willie Thornbrew's here. What do you call Sheamus with rubber bands on his face? Captain Lou Albano. All right. I dig it. Darren Staley's here.
Letting us know that Paul Bromwell will not be showing up tonight. No run-ins from him. By the way, bring me up to speed. You normally do this show with another person, and you actually have a person beyond that advertised. Yet I show up, and it's just you sitting here.
Oh, he as soon as he got off work, he's been in the chat. JD Hoop's here. JD Hoop, designer of the game event belt.
Designer of a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things you see on TV every week. Prominently displayed on WWE's new game.
Designer of the Drunken Pop logo also.
Coach Keith Morrison. Looking forward to seeing Coach Keith in Huntsville this weekend. Adam O'Neill. Adam O'Neill from overseas in Ireland.
Ireland's overseas?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But without further ado, let's bring in the man of the hour, the man with the power, too sweet to be sour. Host of the game event, Efren.
What? Can you hear me all right?
It's the wrong... Stop. Hold on. I know how this works. Wrong mic, dummy.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Timmy C knows him well. I got 2/3. I got 2/3 of
Saved by the Pod.
By Saved by the Pod.
I'll be right back
tonight.
There we go. Why? Oh, my
we need to get Bromwell in here.
Thing. Well, I'm looking as bad as Efren because my camera just keeps stopping on its own. I might have to reboot this thing. All right. When he gets back, I'm going to hop out because I actually have something I'm doing with the boys from Drunken Pop. I just wanted to hop in and say hello.
I'm glad you did.
Where the hell is Amy at?
Oh, Amy's getting ready for her trip to Huntsville. You know, the same one that I have to get ready for.
Yeah. You don't have as much hair to do.
No.
I mean, if you count your beard, maybe. But yeah, I look forward to that. I'll be joining late in Huntsville, but it better late than never.
Oh my God, Darren Staley.
She died. Shit.
Super sad.
Good news, I'm close enough to go to her funeral. So,
oh goodness. She's gonna. So I'll be seeing you this weekend too, won't I, Tim?
Yep, I'll be there to collect my belt, my Ram Network belt.
I'll bring it.
The best football GM out of a bunch of terrible football GMs.
Yeah. I'm calling shenanigans. He made up a bunch of rules that
I made up no rules.
We went into the playoffs and everybody, and the only person that knew there was more than one round was him.
Damn it. ESPN set the rules. I set no rules.
Well, I played that ESPN league before, and when I lost, I was done.
Well, you lost this year.
It's all right. You got to.
You didn't even make the tournament.
You got to defend it next year.
Hopefully Saquon Barkley falls to me again this year, because that was who won my league. Trust me.
Yeah, we'll talk. Is Efren back?
No, he's busy hooking up his mic.
All right.
Trust me, this is at least a 10-minute process.
But as I pointed out, the lovely Ram Network belt. If you
can we get that side plate changed, by the way, since we have a new show?
No, we can't get that jock.
I'm gonna paint.
But if we did, Big Time Belts could do it.
I bet Big Time Belts could do it. We just had to pay him to do it.
Big Time Belts, Facebook.com.
By the way, their
quality.
demolition belt looks awesome. Have you seen that?
Big Time Belts has done the demolition belt.
Yes.
You sure it's Big Time Belts?
Pretty sure it's Big Time Belts.
I think that's Main Event Belts that did the demolition belt.
Hold on. Are you sure?
But I know Big Time Belts did this belt, the Game Event belt. From the mind of JD Hoop.
It is just as
That we went through the process.
just as game as I thought it would be.
The CNC work on this belt was incredible. But Big Time Belts has their own CNC machine. Those side plates for the Top Guy Rumble, ad-free shows. We sent it off to Dan Kaminsky, Ring the Bell Belts, to have a special leather job. Not that Big Time Belts doesn't have great leather, but we wanted to do something a little extra special for Efren. Got that green croc backing.
It's the finest Corinthian leather.
You see it, the purple leather. The leather is so soft, so soft. I love this belt too. Alex Wheaton loves this belt.
Pondwater, it sounds like you're going to make love to the belt. I'm a little concerned.
I don't know. I might make love in the belt. We're in the belt.
In the belt. That is a picture right there.
The game. I can tell Mrs. Pondwater, game on. Look at that. The paint job on it. Look at those plates. Look how crisp those plates are.
That's good detail work, man. Good detail work.
Wait a minute. I got to stop down. Darian Staley, I was just in a chat where someone asked Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson if they talked to Magnum TA before he died. Is that real? Is that a real thing? Did somebody actually ask that question in a chat?
Magnum TA died?
No, he didn't.
Okay. I was like, what am I missing here?
I want to get in that fantasy football league. I want a shot at that title. We'll have to open it up to everybody next year.
No chance you'll take it off me. Don't worry. I'm not even allowed to be commissioner next year because they somehow think I rigged this thing, which I don't know how that works.
Oh. But look at that beauty. I got a sneaking suspicion that we may see it live and in living color tonight before this episode's over. But BigTimeBelts.com, high quality, low prices. If you can dream it, he can make it.
And I was incorrect, by the way. So many belt groups, I picked the wrong one. My bad.
Well, I Gav Mahal made that demolition belt, and I was like, I would have been terrified to. Don't leave yet, Tim. I'm here.
Who?
Is that better or not?
Well, I don't see you.
We don't see you, but you sound better.
But I sound better. Okay.
Yes.
That's all I needed. You don't see me. How can you not see me?
You don't have the camera on.
I mean, it's
I do
not
have
your
the
it's not your normal dulcet tone.
I mean, we could do this.
I'm guessing whatever mic you're trying to use, still, or what mic do you have? Or what
I'm on my AirPods right now.
Okay, that is what they have. That's correct.
So I sound bad?
No, you sound great.
You just don't sound like you're professional.
Well, then let me move to my iPad, and I'll sound better. Give me.
You
3
sound
minutes.
great.
You sound fine. You're
but
good.
I don't sound fabulous.
You're good.
Great.
We just can't.
This is talking wrestling with Pondwater Dave, not Timmy C.
I remember one time. I had such an audio issue that it took 8 hours for us to record an episode of Saved by the Pod.
Tim's done a run in doing shit notes on my show.
Just trying to get your audio quality up. Hey, why don't you turn on the camera?
My camera's not on?
No.
Because I see me.
Well, congrats. No one else does.
We can't see you.
So I'm going to my iPad. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
That's a mirror you're holding, not an iPad.
You're the one wearing short sleeves and glasses. Like, you really shouldn't be talking. All right, I'm
wearing
going to
no-
my iPad.
I'm
Give me
wearing
3
no
minutes.
sleeves.
All right.
It's 60 here. What are we doing?
Hey, have you seen the graphic? I'll wait for
Could you be
Efren.
more specific?
I was going to show you the Top Guy Tussle graphic, but I'll wait for Efren, so we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I need that happens Friday night, correct?
Yes.
And what is that exactly? We're gonna do a little pitch for ad-free shows. What is the Top Guy Tussle?
The Top Guy Tussle, where the top guys, if you are a member of ad-free shows in the Top Guy, you will be Top Guy category. You will be joining us in Huntsville this weekend at the Von Braun Civic Center for the Top Guy Rumble. I don't know for sure who all's going to help, who's going to be on the booking committee. I mean, last year we had David Crockett. I mean, last time we did this, we had David Crockett, we had Eric Bischoff, we had Ricky Morton, we had Kevin Sullivan, we had Jeff Jarrett.
So does that mean as the +1, I will not be able to attend?
You will be able to attend.
Okay.
And you will get to pick these wrestlers. That we have the faces and we have the heels. We have Big Ben Bishop. We have a mystery wrestler.
I'm picking the mystery wrestler every time. It's probably Efren.
We have Ray Fury. We have Jaden Newman. We have Mackenzie Morgan. And for the heels, we have Adam Priest, Sal Renario, Danny Jordan, Nick Halen, and Hunter James. And what we're going to do is the booking committee is they're going to book this card, and the top guys are they're going to put the card together. They're going to do the matchups. They're going to do the stipulations. Some of them are going to get to be referees. Some of them are going to get to be ring announcers. Some of them are going to get to be managers. Amy was a manager at the first one we did, and
and cut a promo
and buried the shit out of the referee. And what was funny though is where we did this, there was signs everywhere. There was signs everywhere. Do not drop the mic. Do not drop the mic. No mic drops.
She threw the mic.
Yeah, she cut the promo, dropped the mic, but it was a great promo. Now as a manager, she buried shit out of the referee.
Well, I don't blame her. I mean, he probably
Is that better?
Yes.
I hated when she dropped that mic.
The Rocket City
I love
Wrestling
her.
hated
I'm
it
like,
too.
Oh my god, it's like a three, like, and she went bam. I'm like, for Josh. Oh my god. Hi friends, how are you?
Doing great, Efren. How are you?
Good, thank you for having. I got 2 questions. I was listening to your show as I was in traffic. Number 1, the George Wells that couldn't. Oh my god.
He's lying. He can
Okay.
totally see and hear you.
Oh wow, we got our producers. We got our producer with us tonight.
The George Wells that you worked with, was that the one from WrestleMania 2?
No,
Okay.
I was like, holy shit, it'd be 80.
not that George Wells.
Number 2, where the fuck is Justin Davis tonight? I mean, hi Tim.
Basketball.
Why don't
Basketball
you
is the
stay with
bane
us
of
for
our
a little bit?
existence on the
Better
Talking Wrestling.
question. Where is Amy Vaughn?
It is a pleasure to be on the Pondwater. Wait, where am I? The Pondwater Dave Show with Timmy and Pondwater. Hi guys, I'm very much looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. Here, let me do this that way.
All the art in the house. Hold on.
Well, while we got him here, tell me if for those that I don't know how many people remember Saved by the Pod, it was weekly listening for me. Tell me how that all came to be. How did y'all get? I mean, how did Efren, Timmy C, and Polly B end up doing a podcast together? And was that your first foray into podcasting, Efren?
No, my first thing ever was when
It was the Little House on the Prairie podcast.
I do. You remember Men on Football from In Living Color? I was the inspiration for no. I can't. First of all, can I say I have my Top Guy Rumble jacket? I cannot wait to show you that. I cannot wait to show you the back of it.
You're an
I
expert.
cannot wait.
Expert level at showing the back of it.
I'm expert level at showing the back of it. This, my first foray into podcasting was when I paid. This was in 2007 or something, and WWE had just started their VIP front row thing where you got to meet the wrestlers, and that night I met Dustin and Cody. And Timmy, I swear to God, if you leave,
I'm not.
okay.
My camera keeps falling out.
Oh, it's just like Saved by the Pod again. And we met Dustin and Cody and Dolph, and I remember telling Dustin and Cody, I go, you must be so excited because your next town is only 40 miles away. And it was in Stockton. They said, did you know that? Where's our next town? I go, Sacramento. And they both grabbed me by the hand and was like, thank you for telling us that, because we didn't. But the next day I talked to Jason Powell of ProWrestling.net about the night. That was my first foray into podcasting. But I was a late addition to Saved by the Pod. Timmy, tell them about you first.
Well, it was basically the remnants of a group chat that we were in, and me and Paulie both were like, hey, we kind of want to do something. And we kind of did it, and it was okay. It was not great. And then we brought Efren in while I was on hiatus.
Well,
and he became furniture. I don't know how the hell it happened, but I'm like, where the hell did this guy come from? And what is he doing? But it was fabulous.
They're like, what do you think of the show? And then so here's this keyboard, right? I used all the buttons to tell them what I thought of the show. All of them. I'm like, well, one of the great things.
It was a good show.
No, it was a great show. It was, for its time, it was a great show. Podwater, one of the great compliments I got of the show is that you always said it was so tight. And people would always say that the show was so tight. You're looking at the man on the that's not you or I, Podwater, that had to deal with making that show tight. I would listen to that show 7 or 9 times before it got sent out. And I would send him pages of notes.
You know why we do this live?
Why?
Because I don't.
So Efren doesn't.
It is
write
not
pages
tight.
I would give him pages.
I used to spend 5 hours editing it for 20 people.
I'm going to tell you, especially like the first 5 or 10 episodes, it took me at least 8 to 10 hours to edit.
Yeah. And I enjoyed editing and putting the video clips and the images in. And I was like, man, I ain't doing this no more. We're going to do it live.
Like you love doing it. And then you're like, but it takes forever.
Well, the one time I remember the first, like, oh my God, what am I doing, is when I took 11 hours for a 45-minute, what was it? World-class show. I love how
Efren's just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm taking 12 hours to write notes. And we're like, huh? And I'm like 45 minutes tops notes. But on the back end, it's taking me forever to clean your shit up. How are you spending 11 hours when it's taking me that long to clean you up?
Side note, speaking of world class, Heritage Auctions is selling off Kevin Von Erich's collection. And
Kevin, what? What about
Kevin's
Kevin?
selling off a bunch of stuff at Heritage Auctions.
You know what he's not selling over there?
His underwear, because you have them?
Shoes.
No.
Shoes.
That's so good.
But
that was so good.
But so I'm kind of on divorce watch right now. Because if I buy anything
from Kevin Von Erich,
because if I buy anything on this auction, that's what I'm good. I mean, if I bought Kevin's cape.
Well, show them your tights again for those who haven't seen.
They're on the wall over there. I can't.
You can't. Yeah,
he's moved his office.
Yeah,
you're gonna see the dogs here in a second.
It's not doable.
Show us you got too much shit without.
But what I'm saying is, like Kevin had wore this gold cape, and they actually recreated the cape for the Iron Claw movie. That cape is on Heritage Auctions, but the items, like he's got like a promo picture of David Von Erich that's actually autographed by David Von Erich, and it's the one where he's He's got the Texas belt over his shoulder. There's some older. I mean, they've got promo pictures of the whole family that are autographed. They've got their Hall of Fame plaques, like the Chris Von Erich, the Mike Von Erich, the David Von Erich WWE Hall of Fame plaque, the Kevin Von Erich, his Hall of Fame plaque from Cauliflower Alley, where he was the Luthez.
What's the highest auction price right now?
I want to say there was some stuff that the
Why don't
opening
you
bids
go
were
look
starting
it
at
up and I'll tell a
5,000.
story? Thank you very much. That's nice of you. Thank you, Efren. Go ahead and look it up. So, while you're talking about this, you said cape, and I'm sorry, I thought it took two hands to look up something on the internet.
Not him. You can.
I wasn't looking it up.
He will. Don't worry. And then you'll start. And then you'll start hearing.
Look it up and tell me. Did you not understand? There we go. Okay, so, hold on. I'm so demanding. I was watching some Liberace documentary, and he wore a cape, right? And he wore a cape, and I told Carla, I need a cape for Top Guy weekend. I think I need to wear like a Liberace cape with a train. Can you make that happen? And she goes, are you fucking kidding me? And then later on that same week, I don't know if I'm spoiling anything, and I'm sorry, they asked for drinks. Like they're having some drinks named after wrestling this week. And they're like, they should name a drink after you. What do you want? And so I sent my thing to the boot, and it was, my drink is Grey Goose pear, diet tonic water, and Saint Germain elderflower. And they don't
have any of that.
And they're like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you know?
Tell them you drink the Quad Geppetto from Starbucks.
I do. I'm gonna have my Quad Ristretto in there.
That's what I said. The Quad Geppetto. They named it after that guy from Pinocchio.
What were your favorite Say by the Pod episodes, Timmy? I'll start since I put you on the spot. The UWF Beach Brawl.
Yeah, that's the only one. Just that one. Honestly, Mrs. Winter's Fried Chicken was pretty
Super
good.
Bowl wrestling from Smoky Mountain, because that was amazing. Because for like $30, you got front rows tickets,
chicken,
all you can eat chicken from Mrs. Winters. Pond Water, do you know Mrs. Winters?
I do not.
Okay, and
the Hooters girls
we're gonna serve you. I was gonna pay $25 and say I'll get my own drinks. I want the Hooters girls nowhere near me. So, did you find it yet? What were your favorite episodes, Pond Water or Timmy?
I mean, the two that stick out are obviously that. We also had what was the WrestleMania? WrestleMania 17. WrestleMania 17 was really good. That was
my first episode.
That was your story about the trip to Houston, which was that may have been one of the top 5 moments ever.
Really?
That was good.
I've never told the true story about I've never publicly stated. So the thing is, I'm sorry, how was that, Timmy? Show your bicep again. Oh, let me see what time it is.
All right, there's not a bicep.
Kevin's white jacket, white ring jacket. It's at $3,600 right now.
Should buy 2 of them.
They have a jacket
for $500.
They have a jacket that David, Kevin, and Mike all 3 wore in different matches. It's the only jacket worn by all 3 brothers. And it's at $2,500 right now.
What's a Hall of Fame plaque going for?
The right now the opening bid on Kevin's is $750. The estimated value is $3,000. The opening bid on David's is $500.
How do you estimate value on that? That's
I don't know.
The estimated value is $14 million.
But Kevin and Carrie's opening bids were $750 and David's is $500.
Hi, Brad.
You think Kevin's athlete's feet toe jam would be put in a little like vial and sold for like $300?
The opening bid on Chris Von Erich is $125 for his Hall of Fame plaque.
I love Kevin Von Erich. I hope that he is a part of StarCast in Texas.
That's
Now,
the
would you
cape.
go? Would you wear that? I want an honest answer here, Pondwater.
Yes.
Have you worn those tights?
No.
Have you thought about wearing those tights?
I never thought about putting my legs through those tights.
Because I thought you would be like.
But he
Norman
put them on
Bates.
his head one time.
Did you put it on your head?
I did not.
You'd be
Like they
walking
were a
around the
pair of
house like
panties.
Norman Bates. This is you, Pondwater.
You know, it's funny. Like I wore all those Ric Flair robes, but I would have never just putting on those tights. Never. I don't know. I just never.
I would say he would wear the cape, but
I didn't have any inclination to put them on.
I'm going to text you right now, Pondwater, and you need to tell me what I text you. Keep talking.
all right, gentlemen, I have work to do for
You work.
I've got network work to do. I'm supposed to be meeting
Part
Two
of the
idiot-
Ram Network.
I'm supposed to be meeting two idiots here in a few minutes,
And I got to
we're
tell
gonna
you,
wrestle with commercials.
listen very carefully. Your show is ready for you, all four of you, for part of the Ram Network, to play at Top Guy Rumble. We'll record it. We've got to fit you in somewhere because I'm so important that I just gotta. Okay.
We know.
Okay. Here, I'm texting you both. Hold on.
Well, we're gonna
Text now. I want you to read
Catch
what
me
I
and
just
Tim.
text you.
catch me and Tim on the Ram Network. World Class Flashback. That's
How
all.
much is it right now, Timmy?
It's actually, I believe, $1
That's
plus
right.
tips. But we
What
are
did I
taking
just
tips.
text you, gentlemen?
Give us just the tip.
We need
Pondwater, what did I
$1 to
just
make
text
you holler.
Here's a reminder to put on Kevin's tights.
Now,
Please tell the friends at Ram Network I'm fabulous.
I'm going to tell you, there'll be no buying anything on this auction for me.
I think Timmy C. How much?
Correct.
Do you think he doesn't buy anything?
I think he doesn't. I think Mrs. Pondwater will be leaving Mississippi if he does.
I think he
Oh
does.
no, she's not going nowhere.
Oh, all right. So tomorrow when Pondwater gets home, his stuff will be on the yard.
Yeah.
Oh, you want that Von Erich
It'll be
stuff?
it'll be Tippy's. It'll be Tippy's David Von Erich trunks.
Take
in
your
the rain.
tights and kick your belt around my belt.
No, that ain't how it works with her. She'll get her half off the top. I'm not going to try her on this one, but I really would like to have the David Von Erich Hall of Fame plaque or there's a promo picture. One of the promo pictures, I actually had that promo picture back in the day, and I didn't buy very many promo pictures at the Sportatorium.
What's the cheapest thing I can get right now? I love how you're not leaving, Timmy, because you love being here right now, and I love you for it. I really do. What's the cheapest thing?
I think the cheapest opening bid I saw was like $125.
For what? The toe jam?
One of Kevin's shoes.
Chris Von Erich's Hall of Fame plaque.
The dental floss rope that held back the crowd at World Class?
They send you an empty shoebox for $125. This
How much
was
were those
Kevin's
hot dogs that
wrestling
you-
boots.
with the
They actually
wax
have
on
a
them, Tom?
they actually have a promo picture of Fritz Von Erich and Ivan Putski signed by both of them.
Speaking of Fritz, Colonel De Beers died.
He did.
I don't want any black referee repping mine.
Oh my God.
You know what else Colonel De Beers did?
Yeah. Tell
He
me.
actually was the wrestler that pulled Kerry's boot off in front of a crowd
No.
in
In
Las
the
Vegas.
What a
WWE or
dick.
where?
That's where people found out.
I thought
Because then it was like-
WWE.
No, it was AWA. It was AWA. Kerry was appearing at the Showboat in Vegas,
God,
and
I stayed at
when
the show
Colonel
about a
De
couple
Beers
times.
tried to pull him out of the ring, he pulled the boot off.
I've had their pork and beans once or twice.
Here's what I remember about,
I bowled
about the
at the
They
Showboat once when I was broke in Vegas.
You did? What do
Yeah.
you remember about the showboat?
When I was broke.
The bowling alley.
They did have them and the El Rancho had a bowling alley. They're
Bye,
here,
Brand.
Timmy, let me show you. Timmy and Pondwater said hi, honey. Okay. He said
He's like, yeah, fuck them.
hello. Yeah, I heard you. Let me show you my Ridge wallet just for something
Oh,
you'll never
Jesus.
fucking see again. The showboat was the first to get one of the first to get rid of keys. Oh my God, you're on fucking Oh my God.
We got a run in. Cool. We like run ins.
That's the first time I've
get the fuck. Oh my
That's
God.
the first time I've ever seen him.
Right? You
A
saw
pond water
him.
exclusive.
Efren's
Efren's freaked out.
He's never been on camera.
Never,
No,
ever. Wow.
not even when we were not recording.
We recorded for 3 fucking years and he never.
That's the first time I've ever seen his face.
Yeah, go get your fucking sunglasses that I paid. Oh, boy. I did.
All right, I'm out of here, guys. I got work
No,
to do.
you can't leave yet.
Why?
I mean,
How about this?
That's right.
All right.
It's our topic, our main topic. Can we stay on topic? Maybe, we doubt it, but we try.
Yeah, I doubt it very seriously myself. Let's talk about the Royal
Wait.
Rumble, Efren.
Okay, but let's talk about the Showboat really quick.
Okay.
Showboat was one of the first to get rid of the keys because they would give you a key back in the day, and it said "Do not copy." And who told that story about how they would copy the keys at Home Depot and because
Oh, it was who was that
it
wrestler?
was a great story how like they knew who they were. Hey, can you copy this key? No problem. And then they would get in for free in the rooms. Well, that they would
X-Pac,
just
wasn't
take a chance. Who?
Was it X-Pac?
I don't remember. It was I think AFS went off. But they were the first to put the card as keys, and there would be all these holes in them. They'd be like punch holes.
Yeah.
And you put it in, and that's how you got your key. Let's talk.
Well, I always when I started looking for cheap entertainment, and that's why I ended up bowling when I was in Vegas because I couldn't afford to do anything else.
By the way, do we have any comments up? Because I can't see the comments.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, Darren Staley's.
We love
Going-
Darren Staley.
Yeah, he's filibustering
But
in the
I
chat.
got another Crown Royal, please. You know what I did there? I turned off the camera, but didn't hit my mute button. What are we talking?
For our main topic, we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble predictions.
Sure. By the way, do you like my Y from what's his name? Who you know this? What's his name? It's a Yokozuna Y.
Oh,
And I'm gonna have JD Hoop do a G and an A. The guy who did artwork for WWE and now is
Schamberg.
part of AEW. Yes.
Schamberg.
Yes.
Rob
Yes.
Schamberg.
Yes. Rob. We love Rob.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Schambergs on my wall.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
I've got Rick. I've got Charlotte.
Let's talk Royal Rumble. What do you want to talk?
Well, we'll talk about the two regular matches that they're going to have. We're getting a ladder match between the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and KO Kevin Owens, who Kevin Owens is claiming to be the real WWE champion.
Why?
Because he said he got screwed.
That's funny.
He got screwed. And he's kept the at Saturday Night Main Event, and he has the Winged Eagle belt. And they're going to put him. They've already put him up on They've already hung him above the ring.
Your current line: who's favored to win the Cody Rhodes Kevin Owens match?
Oh, it's got to be Cody.
By how much? If you were to bet $100, how much would you win for Cody Rhodes?
50.
$5. He is a
$5.
20-1 favorite to win that match. Kevin Owens is a 7-1 favorite to win that match. 100 returns you $800.
Wow.
Who do you like in the match, Water? Now let me say, because I am running my game, I will not make predictions.
Okay. I'm thinking it's Cody Rhodes. I just can't see Cody losing ladder match to KO. I would love for them to both be up the ladders and they end up with their belts and keep this whole thing with the Winged Eagle going for a while.
Who does Cody and who does Kevin fight at WrestleMania?
I honestly think that
And put it in the chat.
I think Cody is going to. I think Cody's going with. I think he's going to be in there with Jacob Fatu.
Cody fights Jacob Fatu in the main event
I believe so.
on night 2.
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know which nights it would be.
So if he ends night 1, because he didn't say absolutely night 2, what's night 1? Or not what's night 2 if it's not that? Cena and who?
I don't think Cena's going to win the Royal Rumble. I don't think Cena's getting a title shot. I'm thinking it could be.
Cena does not win the Royal Rumble.
Man, that's the thing about WWE now. It's so hard to predict because
And that's amazing.
I mean, the winner of the Royal Rumble will challenge Cody, and then I don't know how they do the elimination chamber, but I think whoever wins the Royal Rumble picks who they want to wrestle. I think the elimination chamber ought to be the winner of the elimination chamber challenges the other guy, but that's not how they do it.
Who wins the Royal Rumble, Pondwater?
I think Jacob Fatu is going to win the Royal Rumble.
Okay. How much does $100 get if you bet on Jacob Fatu right now?
3,000.
$5,000.
Wow.
Who is your favorite to win the Royal Rumble?
Roman Reigns
Is your 5th choice at 10-1.
Mm.
Guess again.
It just seems like Roman winning and challenging Cody is just so predictable.
The odds-on favorite to win the Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble,
CM Punk
at even money, 100 wins you 100, is John Cena.
See, I don't think he's going to.
CM Punk wins you 150. Seth Rollins also wins you 150. And then it jumps. Who's after John Cena, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins? Who's the 4th choice at 8-1? Anyone.
Oh, wait a minute. We forgot about Logan Paul.
Logan Paul is 16-1. Roman is 10-1. Logan is 16-1. Randy Orton is 28-1. So it jumps. Who is 8-1 to win the Rumble after Seth Rollins? Your top 3 favorites: John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Who's your 4th choice?
Braun Breaker?
The Rock.
Oh.
If you want to go super, super, super long shot, Xavier Woods gets you 20,000. Ethan Page gets you 20,000. Tama Tonga gets you 20,000. Sheamus, Rey Mysterio, Pete Dunne, The Miz, Karrion Kross, Ludwig, Eric, Carlitos, 2,200.
Well, here's who's in the men's Rumble. We've got John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, Penta, Braun Breaker, Chad Gable, and Rey Mysterio. That's who's announced. That's who WWE.
Give me your long shot pick.
That to win it?
Yeah.
I think Braun Breaker's a long shot.
Wins you $6,600 for a $100 bet.
Mm.
I
Uh,
mean, maybe, right?
I'm going to go back on my. I'm going to go back. I do think that John Cena. I don't. I just don't see John Cena versus Cody. I'd see John Cena versus Gunther.
Right.
But John Cena versus Cody would have explained. I think it, and Cody retains. I don't think. I'm saying this now that there is not a John Cena will not win the world championship in his farewell tour.
That is not what we were at. What we are. Wait a minute.
I'm
No,
just like I'm putting
he
it out
won't break
there
the
that
record.
there he is not going to break the record.
And is that giving back to the business?
John Cena doesn't have to do it.
Okay.
And am I the only one that doesn't think that he's all that great in the ring anymore?
He can still bring it.
Eh,
What's your problem with John Cena?
the problem I've always had with John Cena in the ring is that his shoulder tackles are weak. I don't know. I mean, the shoulder
You
tackles.
don't like John Cena, do you?
I love John Cena for what he does for the Make-A-Wish kids.
So when I went
As a
to-
human being, I don't think they got any better than John Cena.
when I went to the WWE VIP thing, a couple of people asked because John Cena was on the card, do we get to see John Cena? And they said no, he's with the Make-A-Wish kids.
And you know, I admire him for what he can do with that. The first time I met Charlotte Flair, I met her at the hotel bar.
I'm sorry, stop. The first time, how many times have you met her?
One, two.
We're at three now. We're at 3.
8 or 9, maybe.
Really?
I mean, Rick posted a picture of him and Megan and Charlotte at a bar in St. Louis, and I took the picture.
9 times?
8 or 9 times, I think I've been around her.
Oh,
But the first time she had just got back from doing Make-A-Wish stuff, and she's pretty shaken.
Right. Because they'll stay with you for. I worked at Disneyland for a couple of years. Character department, Tigger, Goofy, Captain Hook. There are kids to this day who stay with me. A 2-year-old on crutches, as their parents have all the pain lifted for 90 seconds is awesome. And I remember I was Tigger, right? And I would spend as much time with the kids. And then I'd go to the parents, right? And I'd grab them and I wouldn't let them go for a minute, maybe 90 seconds. And I would put my head to them. And I couldn't talk. You're not allowed to talk as a Disney character.
Right.
And every one of them got it. Like, I know what you're going through. And I'm happy you had this moment. They still stay with me today.
That's a hell of a gift to be able to be strong for a sick child.
And there were multiple times, Punwater, where both of us were crying because they knew the person inside understood.
Mm.
And man, I haven't been there in what now 30 years. I remember those kids like it was yesterday.
Well, I just learned something about you, that you worked at Disney, that you were a Disney
did.
character. Was Tigger the only character that you worked?
No, I was the 5'11" to 6'3" costumes. So Captain Hook was my favorite. Tigger, Goofy, and Governor Ratcliffe from Pocahontas. Yeah, Captain Hook was my favorite.
Did you bounce around as Tigger?
You had to be extra as Tigger, right?
Yeah.
Now, nowadays, pond water, you go out into the public and there's a handler with you at all times. Not in 1995, buddy. All right, good luck. Go out on Main Street. And so
And
you
get
would find
mobbed.
a corner, right? You would find a corner. That way, no one could pull your tail like a Blazing Sevens machine at Talking Stick Resort or, anywhere in Vegas. And so you'd be like this, and then all of a sudden they'd pull your tail, and it was a hot mess. Hot mess.
Well,
Yeah.
that is so
Oh
cool.
my God, I got a great story.
Because
I
I
was-
figured I was going to ask you if you were a theater kid.
I have a degree in musical theater. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in musical theater. I was in Hair. Remember Hair?
I remember Hair.
I was in it.
I was a theater kid too.
What were you in?
The very first play I was ever in was
Don't say Oliver.
no, it was Blythe Spirit.
Really?
I was in Blythe Spirit, and then my first lead was Barefoot in the Park.
Blythe Spirit. Angela Lansbury won her last Tony Award for Blythe Spirit. Like 90.
My
And
senior
like,
year, we went to UIL one act play contest with we did Bus Stop, and I was Bo Decker with
Blythe
Marilyn Monroe.
Spirit. Is that Noel Coward?
No Coward, yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
when we got to we went to area, and then we went to district, and I got best actor in zone. I got all-star cast at district, and then we went to area, which was one step away from being to state,
Right.
and we didn't advance as a cast, but I got best actor. And the judges come around and do critique, and he told me that he hated that they couldn't advance us as a cast because there was no doubt in his mind that I would have won best actor at state, and that would have got me a full ride scholarship wherever I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I was just having fun. I mean, I was just the only reason I ever got in drama club to begin with is there was a girl in there I wanted to date. Well, there's more than one in there I wanted to go out with, but
How was Blythe Spirit?
Black Spirit was fun. It's not my favorite one I ever did. Barefoot in the Park. Dracula. Dracula was a lot of fun.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
The hecklers. The gimmick in high school was to invite the student body to come watch it during the day, and everybody would pay $1 to get out of class, so you could fund the drama department by doing an assembly. And just as this girl was going to bite one of the guys in Dracula, somebody yelled in the balcony, "Suck him!"
I do that now. I do that now on the blackjack tables. Suck him.
We did I'm trying to think what the name of the play is now, but it was it's what All in the Family was based on.
Okay.
We did that. But Barefoot in the Park and Bus Stop were my two favorite things.
No musicals?
I was not in the musicals. I can't sing.
Correct. Get to the Women's Royal Rumble, Pondwater.
I did play I was in the band
What'd you play?
trombone, but we were in a musical Where's Charlie? We were in that musical, and there was the New Ashmolean marching something's band there. Scaly skin flute.
Also, I do that now as well.
Oh, but I got to do that in the musical. They used some band members because we came marching in. There was a marching band scene in Where's Charlie? We've gone way off the rails.
Okay.
That's fine. That's what I like
I
about
was
this
supposed to get
show.
a water
Go
like
where
10
the
minutes ago.
go where the conversation takes
Give me
us.
45 seconds. Talk about the RAM network. I'll be right back.
All right. The RAM network, we've lowered the
God
price.
bless it.
He didn't turn
Yeah,
his
I
he
can
didn't
hear
turn his
you
mic
too.
off.
Keep
Let's
going.
listen.
What?
Anyway,
Water, I can hear you. You're not talking.
I know you didn't turn your microphone off. We're listening
I
to
know,
you.
but yet I'm still talking to you.
The RAM Network, patreon.com/RAM Network for $1 a month. We have footballers. We have Ringside Replay, where Dave and the HSV and myself watch an old 1988 Memphis wrestling. We're having a good time with that. Jimmy Jack Funk, Jeff Jarrett, Manny Fernandez, Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee,
Jesse Orozco? I mean, Jesse
the
Hernandez,
Midnight
the referee?
Rockers. The Midnight Rockers has just won the AWA tag titles back, so they're in that territory with the AWA tag team championships. We're having a good time with that. And world class flashback. Timmy C and myself, we're going through 1983, which everybody knows is my favorite year of wrestling. So
83.
join us over on there, and we've dropped it to $1. There's no excuse. We'd give it to you for free if Patreon would let us. Come on, spend $1. Get all this bonus content. We're having a great time over on the RAM Network. And coming soon, the Portland, I can't think what they're going to call it, but it's the Portland Wrestling Library. TJ Stevens has acquired the Portland Wrestling Library. We are going to be deep diving
He's
Portland
acquired
wrestling.
it?
Yes.
So
He
he's
has
the
the-
only one who can show it?
It's his.
That's awesome.
Nobody else has it. Billy Jack Haynes, Roddy
Roddy?
Piper.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I can't wait till we really start diving into the Portland wrestling.
That's gonna be great.
And since everything's world class to me, Lance Von Erich got his start in Portland wrestling. They hired him, sent him to Portland to train. He was Ricky Vaughn. That's where he cut his teeth in the Pacific Northwest before he came back and they pulled the Lance Von Erich bullshit
What
on
did
us.
you think of the WCCW WWE documentary? I thought it was amazing.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
I mean, they put their spin on a lot, but I mean, I really thought it was a good documentary. It's a sad story.
Gary Hart was amazing in it.
And Jimmy Garvin, I mean, you could tell how Jimmy Garvin felt about it. He felt like he was underpaid.
Let's get to the Women's Royal Rumble, Pondwater. Who do you like?
Y'all are going to attack me if I say Charlotte.
Okay, but who do you like?
Charlotte.
Okay, why?
Because I think that Charlotte returns and it's a showdown with Mommy.
Your current favorite to win the Women's Royal Rumble
Bailey
is Charlotte Flair.
I figured it had to be.
A $100 bet returns you $50 profit. Who is second?
The second one to me would be I want to say Bianca, but probably Bailey. Oh,
Bianca
Becky Lynch
is correct.
Oh,
Bianca,
is it Bianca?
100 wins you $175.
But listen to the who's confirmed for the Royal Rumble.
Go for it.
We got Bailey, we got Liv Morgan, we got Bianca Belair, we got Naomi, we got Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, Raquel
Rodriguez
or Gonzalez. They changed her name, and Io Sky. That's the only women. So I started just trying to come up with names. Who's going to fill out all these other spots?
So here we are.
But surely Chelsea Green would have to be in there, wouldn't you think?
You
Women's
stop
United
me
States
when
champion.
Here are the odds online. Io Sky, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Liv, Jordan Grace at 33-1, Jade Cargill, Naomi, Nia, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley is 66-1. Asuka, Ronda Rousey, Alba Fry, Dakota Kai, Ivy Nile, Kairi Sane, Natalia, and then it gets out of control there.
There's
Nikki
no way
Cross,
Natty's not in it.
Shayna, Sonia, Zoe, B-Fab, Bailey, Piper Niven. Like it's
What
the
about Jade
highest
Cargill?
odds. The highest odds right now for someone like who's not like a super super long shot are Ronda Rousey and Asuka. But Charlotte's the favorite, Bianca's second, Io Sky's third, Becky Lynch is fourth.
I think Jade Cargill's going to be in it. I think Jade Cargill will return for the Rumble. But let's talk about who's going to be some surprise entrants.
Okay.
I don't know that Jordan Grace is so much of a surprise now because we know. In fact, Willie Thornbrew just said, "What's the betting line on Jordan Grace?"
Jordan Grace is 33-1 to win the whole thing.
Jordan Grace coming in, winning the Rumble, and going after Rhea Ripley would be
Sets up WrestleMania, right?
I think that would be great booking. She makes her debut. She wins. She's a beast. Mommy's a beast. I just think that, and maybe she eliminates Charlotte Flair. That puts her against Charlotte Flair. Alex Wheaton says a Tessa Blanchard appearance. It's possible, probably unlikely. I'd love to see Tessa in the Royal Rumble. Mickey James, it's possible. Masha Slamovic, TNA Women's Champion, Knockouts Champion, Masha Slamovic. They had her on camera in the crowd. I blink on the premiere of SmackDown on. She might have been on Netflix. But what I'm saying is Masha Slamovic could possibly show up the TNA Knockouts belt. I think Becky's going to be a surprise. Stephanie Vancour, I'm high on her. Julia could show up. Alexa Bliss. I can't see that Zelina Vega is not going to be in it. I can't say Alexa Bliss without my Alexa going off.
We're going to get to belts in a minute. Let me give you some, because we got to get to my show, Pondwater.
Yeah.
Let's get some Royal Rumble props in here. Pondwater, will anyone be eliminated in 10 seconds in either match?
Yes, and it's going to be a surprise entrant in the men's.
And who is it?
It's going to be the TNA Director of Security Authority, Santino Marella, is going to march down to that ring, and he's going to get thrown right back out.
Who has the most eliminations in the men's Royal Rumble?
That is going to be Braun Breaker.
He is your second choice. Who is first? Jacob Fatu is favored to have the most eliminations.
Yeah. That's in fact, I agree with that.
The person who has the most eliminations in the men's Royal Rumble.
Coach Keith's right. Yeah.
How many people will the guy who has the most eliminations have? How many eliminations will that person have?
11.
7.5 is the over-under. And for the women? How many, who will have the not who, but how many eliminations will one person make?
5.
7 is also the over-under.
And I'm trying to think which woman's going to be the one that's going to be chunking the most out.
There is no line on that right now.
I mean, you think that
So I'm
Naya is
feeling the
going to be,
most out.
there's going to be a lot of them trying to throw Naya out. I could see Jordan Grace coming in and throwing some out.
Speaking of belts, Pondwater, show me my belt and talk to me about my belt. Let's talk game event at Top Guy Weekend.
Well, tell everybody what they have to do to win the belt.
So this is available to all Top Guys with a monthly or annual ad-free show subscription. I'm going to draw 30 people out of my game event drum. And as the countdown happens, I'm going to pick a name. And Pondwater Dave, Alex Wheaton, you are the number 3, 4, 5. And I got to tell you, man, the place you want to be for the Royal Rumble is Huntsville, Alabama. I guarantee you, Pondwater Dave, no one in that arena has the chance to go to WrestleMania based off of who wins the Rumble. Also, TJ Stevens, who lives 75 minutes from Lucas Oil Fieldhouse, is coming to Huntsville, Alabama.
Well, last year, let's tell everybody. Okay, so we're kind of being pretty vague. Top Guy Rumble that we're doing is a function of being a top guy, the top tier for the ad-free shows Patreon.
Cool.
You get quarterly. I think you get quarterly merch. You get, but it's not just the Top Guy Rumble. There will be a Top Guy Weekend.
There's a Top Guy Weekend.
Top Guy Rumble, you're going to come in. You're going to go. We're going to fellowship at the boot one night. We're going to go watch Cassio Kid do his comedy show, which he won't be the only comedian there. Then on Friday, we're going to get together. We're going to do a fantasy wrestling camp with Jerry Lynn. We did this a couple years ago.
Have you met Jerry Lynn before?
I have met Jerry Lynn before. I was on a show in San Antonio, Texas with him.
I hear he's an amazing man.
He's one of my, if you ask me what my all-time favorite ECW match was, I'd tell you it's Jerry Lynn versus Rob Van Dam.
Okay. Wade Keller has told me amazing things about Jerry Lynn.
He's such a nice guy, and he's so incredibly
Do you
talented.
like how I name dropped Wade Keller's name? Watch it like this. Wade Keller.
But we're going to get in the ring, learn to run the ropes, take a flat back bump, do some rolls, headlock, takeover. I mean, that's what Dr. Tom taught him. There's no telling what Jerry Lynn's going to teach us.
It's different.
But then we'll do we'll do with the Top Guy Rumble, which I mentioned earlier, the Top Guy Tussle. We have faces, we have heels. We're going to have a booking committee. Do we know who's confirmed to be there?
No, I haven't.
I don't want to promise Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Lynn, but I can't imagine that they're not part of this.
Okay.
Eric Bischoff. Tully Blanchard's going to be there to do a show for us. I don't know if he'll be part of this. But what I'm saying is,
watch the Royal Rumble with Tully.
But let me tell you, the last time we had David Crockett, Kevin Sullivan, Ricky Morton, Eric Bischoff, Jeff Jarrett, Road Dogg. I mean, they booked the card. They'd had the booking committee, and they talked it out like they did back in the day. And the top guys get to book their card. They get to participate. Some get to be referees. Some get to be ring announcers. Some get to be managers. They picked a guy to be champion and made him champion. And then after the fact, nobody knew about him. that he became champion on the day that his baby got to come home from the hospital. They had been in the hospital for a long time. Baby got to come home. He shows up for this, and
he wasn't booked that day.
Yeah, and they got him in there, and he became the champion of the show. It was such a cool experience, and we're doing it again. What you see on the screen, you got Mackenzie Morgan, you got Jaden Newman, you got Ray Fury. Give me 2 claps and a yeet yeet. Big Ben Bishop, and a mystery wrestler for the faces. I don't know who the mystery wrestler is. I'm excited. Then you got Adam Priest as a heel. You got Sal Renario, Danny Jordan, Nick Halen, and Hunter James. The top guys will put this show together and watch it come. They'll watch their baby come to life. It's such a neat experience. And that's just one of the things you get to do on the top guy level. It's just, it's so much value. I mean, the top guys pay $99 a month. They get a discount if they pay annually. It's such a neat thing. And last year they did the top guy Rumble, and Efren gave away $1,000.
I had this idea in August. I did it for Saved by the Pod in like 2020. We did it online, and it was a huge hit. Man, I wish I had that. You should see. So Frank Bruno is, if you bought 2 shirts, if you bought a shirt, you had a shot at 500. If you had 2 shirts, he had $1,000. You had a shot at winning 1,000. Whoever won the Rumble, and Frank's live on a Zoom, and he's telling about it. And I think it was Jeff Hardy. No, I don't remember who it was. It was Jeff Hardy or Rey Mysterio. And you should have seen his emotion. Like, yeah, so you can win $1,000. And Rey Mysterio is my fucking pick right now. And he was so mad. And it was like 90 seconds. He goes, and I won $1,000. And it was so funny. So funny. Here's my story. I was at WrestleMania 26. And Michael's Undertaker 2 is happening. I kept looking over at the broadcast table. I kept looking over at Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and Matt Striker. I was paying less attention to the match because I kept saying, how great would this be if Jim Ross was on the call? Why do they say? Because WrestleMania 25 was an unbelievable, like probably top 3 favorite match of all time for me. And it's here. And Jim Ross's call made it here. Can they equal what was last year without Jim Ross? That's what I thought of watching that match live. And I ran to my car as soon as it was over, and I got on the PW Torch post show. I waited an hour. That's the first question I asked. I go, how great would this have been with Jim Ross? Tell me what you didn't need. And they agreed. Jim Ross elevated that match. And I truly believe that the game event elevates the Royal Rumble in that room.
Well, tell everybody what you had to do to win the $1,000.
So I will pick 30 names out. Whoever wins the Rumble will win they'll win a plaque from WWE, which has the winner of last year's Rumble, Bailey or Cody, with a piece of the canvas. And they will win a cash prize, which I will not say till you get there that night. You can give it all back and try for the second Royal Rumble. If you win, you get the other plaque. You get another cash prize, which I won't say until I'm there. You get the game event belt, and ad-free shows will send you with 2 tickets to WrestleMania. WrestleMania 41 ad-free shows in the game event will send you there.
So last year,
And to make it easier for you, you get to pick any number you want. You have to pick it before they come out, but you get to pick the spot you come out of. And last year, Dave McClay won the first Royal Rumble. He called his wife and said, I just won the first Royal Rumble. Can you, I think I want to go for it. Why don't you pick my number? He has it on the phone. He's like this, right? And we're all giggling and she picked, what did Cody come out of? Whatever number it was.
15, I believe.
15 port.
It was a number nobody had ever won from before.
And, I've never told this story. I look at Conrad, and no one had ever won from that. And I look at him like this, and he's like, so he picks number 15, or whatever number. And the screen's behind me, right? And I'm got the drum, and we're building up, right? Because my games are all about the build up to the last.
Coach said, "Yeah, I was
Right?
pissed."
But Coach, you were there. Why didn't you tell them how awesome the moment was? And it's coming up. It's coming up. I'm like, we're 3 away, 2 away, and I can't see it. And I'm looking at the crowd, and I'm just doing, because I'm working, right? I have a job to do. Dave McClay, who's your pick? And Cody's music hits, and I'm just trying to get the names right, and the entire place goes bonkers. There are people spinning like Barishnikov, like they can't believe it. And it takes me like about 7 seconds to realize what's happened. And I look over at Conrad, and I'm like this. I look at Conrad. Conrad's like this.
If you're not watching, it's like hands on his face.
Right, hands on the face. And Carla, who's Carla Odom, who, I can't wait to see them and the family. She's keeping track. So we both have the same things, right? And she comes up to me, she goes, who's number 9 again? I go, give me a hug. I'm gonna lose fucking $1,000 tonight. Now smile. And Conrad just needling me. Like, shout out to Efren, because he's about to lose $1,000. It's great. And comes the last 2 people. And he won. Dave McClay won. And he calls up his wife. And he says, honey, I just won the Royal Rumble grand prize. I won $500. And we're laughing, we're like, shh.
Oh.
And it worked. All these things had to come together. And I have been trying for all these things to come together for 4 years with the game of it, with Family Feud and Price is Right was, and it happened.
Well,
it was impossible. And everyone finally got to see what I have been trying to to give. And I love Conrad's giving me all the credit for the ad-free shows paid that 1,000.
Well,
They would
people
they
do
would not
win
let
when
me.
they play the game event,
Yeah. You mean with Little Rock and
but
someone's
there's
guaranteed.
always that
Right.
fast. I mean, it's like, I mean, there's no bad prizes with the game event, but then there's always that one that you think that I don't want to say crapshoot. It's the harder to achieve. The stars have to align. You know, it's you've got to at the highest level of the game event to win it, and that happened. And I can only imagine.
He took the mic and he started talking about how great it was, and it that's exactly right, Coach. I said you could, and I will say it again this year. You could have gone 10 miles down the road to watch the show live, but you decided that you wanted to be here because you love ad free and you love this community. And what happened in this room tonight was absolute fucking magic. Absolute lightning in the bottle. It all worked.
There's
And
nothing better than watching wrestling with your wrestling friends. But this group was genuinely happy for Dave McClay. There wasn't like when I have like this fantasy football belt back here. When I give this to Timmy C, I'm gonna motherfuck him properly about it. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but
there it is.
But this thing right here, but this belt right here, man,
I gotta close. I'm getting too loud for the house.
I'm gonna go all in. If I win the first Rumble, I'll assure you I will go all in on the second one for an opportunity to win the game event belt.
Tell me about the belt, Pondwater. Tell me what you see, the plates and everything. Hold it up.
Here, I'm gonna. This is the actual belt. I've got it in my hands. The leather is so soft. The plates are beautiful. This could be Muhammad Zubair's best work. The spinner that spins. It's just so beautiful. And this backing, this green croc backing.
You like the green?
I love it.
Almost red. It was almost red based off your wife. And we went back and forth for a bit on it. And we decided to go, I call it iron sheet green because it looks like the Backlund belt.
I love when Dan uses the different colored croc leather backings. But this belt is magnificent. It's so perfect. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you that you're getting it, Efren. I can't wait to hand it to you when we get to Huntsville. I want it. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty butthurt about having to give up this fantasy football belt. But I'm
backstage. Okay. Right.
I mean, I'm super excited. I hope somebody wins this. I really do.
I'm so excited for people to take pictures with it. It is. I mean, we started planning the day after because, again, you can.
It's an original design.
I have this idea. La la la. And you saw it it took a year, and they gave me the chance at Top Guy Weekend to do Family Feud with Road Dogg and the Jarretts and the Bischoffs and David Crockett. Like, they have no idea who the hell I am. Look at that. There's me and Steph. No one knew. And it hit. And they're like, what the hell is this? And like, this is what he's been doing. You were in the crowd. What did you think of that night?
I thought it was great. I thought it was the best part. It was the best show of the weekend. And that was the weekend that they did Ric Flair's last match.
Right.
And the crowd erupted when I come running down the ramp. And I enjoyed this more than the pop I got. But that panel up there.
Hold this picture right here. The best part of this night. Karen Jarrett's doing the bonus round, right? And I'm facing the crowd, and I asked her, I said, name something you absolutely take care of in your house before you go on a vacation for 3 weeks. And she said, my husband. And I went like this. You let the moment sit in, man. And that was the moment I knew it was going to work.
It was fun. That was so much fun to watch. And I've played the game event. I've played the game event a time or two, and I've helped with your test games. And you do such a great job on it, Efren.
I appreciate it. But
and Efren can do this for you. If you got a company function, a party, and you want to play the game event, he can do this with just about. How many different game shows can you do?
30.
30? I mean, you got the pyramid.
There's a lot of money in this.
The pyramid, Jeopardy. You can do the Price is Right?
Yes.
Family Feud. Family Feud's. What's the one that what's the with the count you got to name things off.
There are a bunch of them.
So
Password,
many.
you played Password.
Played Password. We played Picks.
Here, let me say, like Jim Ross, and please, I'm not comparing myself to anything that's at. Jim Ross elevated WrestleMania 25. That match. I believe the game event.
Tell everybody which match you're talking about at WrestleMania.
Shawn
25.
Michaels versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. I believe the game event elevates the Royal Rumble. And now, with Mohammed Zubair, with Dan, with you, with my partner in crime, JD Hoop, who puts everything the show does not happen without him. Okay.
He's so incredibly talented.
It's an honor to be his friend, honor to work with him every day. It is
Efren!
That's me. Look who's here.
Hi, everybody.
Wow.
Bam!
Well, fuck, you don't need me. Thank you.
Incorrect.
Get back in here. But let's talk about how great we all love JD Hoop.
Oh, yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind that when I see Cody Rhodes wear his robes, they're designed by JD Hoop. When we see Jey Uso, his gear is designed by JD Hoop. But when you look at all
Street Profits as well, Bianca Belair, yeah, Jade Cargill,
yeah. When you look at all that, and you're like, all of this great stuff he creates, and then I look down on my shirt, and he did my logo.
Unless he's your belly.
Mm.
He did the new logo for Drunken Pop.
He did.
And he's done things for y'all
Forever.
He
did our artwork after Klondike retired. He did Saved by the Pods artwork.
Every week.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The game event at the Royal Rumble is my absolute baby because there's not. Yes, I'm piggybacking on on the event itself, but there's no Match Game or Price is Right or Family Feud. This is going to be even more elevated. Like, we have game boards, and we have it's going to be, and we're doing Eric Bischoff's money. Win
Yeah.
Eric
And
Bischoff's
get-
money, like win Ben Stein's money.
I have a
Start
surprise
doing
for
it
you
now.
for game event, Efren.
What's up?
I have a surprise for you for game event.
Oh, really? Tell me.
I'm trying to get Jandy to come to the game event.
Well, you've been trying to get Jandy to come for years and it ain't worked.
No, it happened yesterday.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be amazing. There's that moment when the person who wins the first Rumble gets to their pick in the second round, and we've only done it once,
And he
you
won.
were there. None of you.
Well, we were at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this moment.
I was not.
6 picks away. 5, 4, 3, and then the moment happened. It absolute magic. I would rather
We'll be there this year, though.
I would
Don't
rather
worry.
be in my room than at the Royal Rumble, because again, no one in that arena has the chance to go to WrestleMania.
Well, the guy who wins the Royal Rumble does.
Yeah, and the girl who wins the Royal Rumble. Both are guaranteed.
Actually,
I don't even know if I'm eligible to play.
most of the participants actually get to go to WrestleMania in the Rumble. I don't. What are we doing here?
Actually, and also I was listening earlier. CM Punk's gonna win the Royal Rumble.
That's what I heard.
Punk's your second
I have
choice.
stayed away from all rumors and shit, and you just ruined it.
No. I'm not saying it's a rumor. I read it. I'm just telling you, Punk's
Well,
gonna win the Rumble.
Well, let's go around the horn real quick. Dave, who's going to win the men's Royal Rumble?
Apollo Crews.
Ask me who's going to win the men's Royal Rumble.
CM Punk.
already
I
said
think
you
CM
won't
Punk
answer.
is.
Yeah,
they're
but I
already
will now.
they're already
Ask me who's
starting to
gonna win the
CM
Royal
Punk
Rumble.
Cody Rhodes.
The men's Royal
Efren,
Rumble.
who's going to win the Royal Rumble?
Stephanie McMahon.
You just call her Stephanie.
Stephanie.
She's gonna win the
We'll win the
men's or
men's.
women's.
Wins.
Oh,
She's
Go
gonna
ahead.
win the men's. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
she's gonna-
I'm just saying.
She's going to bring Triple H's balls down in a jar, and that'll make her eligible.
I think
That was
George
funnier
Wells.
in my head.
George Wells is gonna come back and win the Rumble.
Mr. T.
TJ, who's going to win the men's
The
Rumble?
Haiti
CM
kid.
Punk.
Not what you read. What do you think?
I didn't read it. That's my prediction.
Oh,
CM
you're
Punk.
predicting CM Punk.
Yes.
Okay.
He's over my shoulder. I have to say it.
All right. Timmy.
George Wells.
Does Punk go after Cody or Gunther?
Cody.
I think main event Jay Uso is gonna win. Is he
Not
in
a
it?
chance. No. Yeah, he's in, but he's not gonna win.
I mean, you got to go after Cody because there ain't no way in hell you're going to beat
All right.
Gunther.
Disclaimer: I haven't actually watched current wrestling other than the first episode of Raw on Netflix in like a year.
So when I did the Saturday night's
Raw on
main event,
Netflix
is
is
awesome.
good.
but when I did the Saturday night's main event pre-show with Pyrus, he said Jimmy Uso was going to get murdered, and he did. And then he also said he was going to come back and win the Rumble.
That's Jay Uso.
What did I say?
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I meant Jay.
They look alike though. I can see how you get them confused.
Well, they are twins.
Gentlemen, how's your Eric Bischoff trivia?
Listen, if I get picked, I'm going to crush that.
Are you really?
Yes.
I'm going to get Lauren on speed dial.
Are you gonna ask trivia about the Dave and Buster's in Jacksonville? Because I can answer a lot of those
It
questions.
is.
So you didn't run this, Efren, but they did Hulk Hogan trivia with Eric Bischoff. He was my teammate.
No, I was there.
Were you there?
Hulk,
And I won
Hulk
it.
Hogan or Eric Bischoff?
So I won it at Hogan's Hangout last January. But I don't even know where to begin to study up on Eric Bischoff.
You saw so for
Wikipedia.
The AWA.
It is. It is everything. It's 6 degrees of Eric Bischoff. There's a lot of stuff directly tied to him.
Jason
There's-
Hervey.
My
there's a lot
favorite,
of-
my favorite
What
hockey
would you
announcer.
do if I sang? I
One of my
would
favorite
do.
hockey announcers of all time worked in the AWA with Eric Bischoff.
Was he the
was
one that
his
got to
name?
Dewey?
Ralph Strangis.
Greg Gagne?
Greg. He wasn't an announcer.
can't say
He might
anything
have
right
been.
now because I know all the questions. But
And
Lee
then
Marshall.
AWA started being AWA
Eric
started
Watts.
doing reruns on ESPN, and people would call in on their they do a show on the ticket, and people started calling in, screwing with him, calling him Ringside Ralph.
I enjoy
And I
that.
guess he was. It started getting on his nerves, but
I
people
loved
were watching
AWA.
ESPN on AWA on ESPN, seeing Ralph Strangis on there calling wrestling.
We
Is
made
our
the
good
list.
friend
AWA on
is our good
ESPN.
friend Alex Wheaton coming to the Top Guy
Alex
Rumble?
Wheaton, not only is Alex Wheaton coming, Alex Wheaton won last year's. Alex Wheaton will have gets to pick his spot in the first Royal Rumble because he
Awesome.
won the Top Guy Weekend contest last time.
Oh, back in
so he
September?
will be your first pick. He will
Perfect.
He'll hand him the ticket or the Sharpie, and he'll put it on the board. And we got game boards.
27.
Well,
I'm picking number 69.
No,
and I'm going to bring my.
What is this? The Saudi Arabian one again?
I'm going to bring my.
Show him the belt. Did you see the belt, guys?
You've sent it to us.
I see the Ram
Yeah, but
Network
have you
belt.
seen it?
Yeah, I was gonna say you see my belt back there. Pondwater trying to steal that shit.
So
I
that belt will be at my house tomorrow.
love that it's a spinner belt. It's my favorite thing ever.
I'm literally gonna wear that
Do you
tomorrow.
really?
Go wear my belt.
We were talking about whether we should spin it or not.
Yes.
Let's
Of
see it
course.
spin, Dave.
Let's see it spin, Dave. Don't be touching my belt, Pondwater.
Please don't spin off. Please don't spin off. Efren will lose it. Look at that.
It's gorgeous.
I just got wood.
Gorgeous.
Okay, seriously, what do you think?
So can I wear that to
I love it.
AEW tomorrow night?
No, you
No.
you wear my belt to AEW.
Oh,
Are
Pondwater.
you
We
front
did.
row? Who's front row tomorrow?
But hey, here's a little AEW. Here's a little AEW tie-in with your belt. The belt that Ring of Honor Forever Women's Champion Athena's wearing that they gave her, that with her picture on it that spins.
Mhm.
Same guy that made her belt made Efren's.
So I'm serious, Efren. That's like a free publicity for the game event. I will tell everybody at AEW all about it tomorrow.
So, Pondwater, you want to hear what this bald goof did to me like an hour ago? Dave, not
Let
Efren.
him wear it tomorrow, Pondwater.
Dave, not Efren, by the
Boom.
way.
I love you, Efren.
So we start
I will
recording.
do you proud.
We come into the
I wish
room to
you'd
start
do me.
doing.
Period. Go ahead.
So we just did wrestling with commercials, and we all get in the room. And Dave, mind you, I've been saying I'm going to Top Guy Rumble since it was announced. And he goes, "Hey, TJ, I got an extra ticket to Dynamite tomorrow if you want to go." What?
Justin's going now. You're
Oh,
out.
great. Screw Justin while we're at it.
I didn't
might
think
like
any of you
that.
guys were coming till Thursday.
Well, I was, but I said if you get another ticket, tell me. I'll
To
get a
be
vacation
fair-
day for Wednesday and rebook my hotel.
To be fair, I'm not coming till Friday.
Can
Nobody
I tell you
cares.
some horse shit?
Yes,
Some
please.
horse shit.
This will be my
There-
first AEW event.
Really?
There's a travel advisory.
I'm sorry.
I was done talking. Go ahead, Timmy.
There's a Travelocity.
Yodelay.
Listen to
That's
this
just-
shit, right? So I connect through Dallas, right? If you, I love Papados. If you've never been there, like the whole first floor of Dallas Fort Worth is like Papados, Louisiana kitchen. There's a travel advisory. For, you know what? Never mind. I can't tell the story. I'll tell you afterwards. Okay. I'm going through Dallas.
I can't wait to hear
Guys,
this.
can't
What
wait.
are
All
you
he
getting
saw
in
was
town,
Poppy,
Efren?
and he's like, "Yeah."
I want
What are you
some
getting in
alligator
town?
during my layover? I can't wait to show you the back of this. I cannot wait to show you the back of this.
We know you love showing us the back.
What do you think of the belt, gentlemen?
I love the belt. Legit. And also, Dave's not going to win it. I am.
Not
No,
the
Dave's gonna win
Dynamite.
the belt, and I'm gonna take pictures banging Jandy wearing the belt.
Oh, God. Why'd you have to one-up Shawn Michaels?
Oh, just as long as y'all, we just got to be careful with the spinner.
Don't spin the belt that's spinning,
Personally,
okay?
I just want to make sure that I got to be able to go buy at least just one piece of AEW merchandise while I'm there.
What?
They don't have a lot, just so you know. Ugh.
That is.
Oh, I love Aubrey. She's so kind.
Ugh.
Why? You've obviously never been trapped on a cruise ship with her.
It is.
Never,
Tell me about
never sold a Pentamask. Never sold a Pentamask.
It is 2025,
But you can get the referee on a T-shirt. I
and a
love it.
referee has a T-shirt.
I
That's
mean,
the problem with
other than
Aubrey.
Pondwater Dave.
2025.
Other than Pondwater Dave, by the way.
Right.
Does anyone see the irony there?
No, I just love that she did an interview as like the job of the referee is to be blending with the match and be able to see. Also, buy my T-shirt.
I think we all need to get together and go to a show when Pondwater's reffing again, so we can fuck with him the whole time.
Turn around, Pondwater.
Just-
Remember that at the wrestling
I
showcase?
do remember. it.
Yes.
Boy, I never worked
Pondwater's-
so hard. I never worked. Y'all all started chanting. Y'all all started chanting Super Dave when I came out, and the ring announcer goes, "Damn, referees get the bigger part pop than the
And
boy."
we're doing everything, and Dave's doing all he can not to look at us.
Yeah, I'll lose him.
And then Timmy almost got murdered by Josh Alexander.
Yes, that would have been
kill
funny.
that guy. I would kill that guy.
Here's my showcase story. I go on that. It's like my first time ever in a ring, right? And
Efren and I
Talk to
made
David.
up at the showcase.
No,
Not
Made out?
Made up.
I love you.
Made up.
Because I was, yeah. And I get up there, right? I'm fucking sweating, like just.
And
We
I
saw.
don't know if you remember.
And
What?
drunk. And
How was
drunk.
Was
Drunk.
Dave Sagan in the first match that you introduced?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Because he
But
was
I
drunk.
got out of the ring, and Justin Davis was the first person I saw, and he goes, "Hot up there, isn't it?" Like you could tell, he's like, "Oh yeah."
Efren's sweating like a whore in church. Yeah.
I mean,
And-
that's basic normal Efren, though.
Yeah.
so.
And then sure enough comes up to me and he goes, because I didn't get the cue to start talking.
Oh, you
And
need
sure-
that?
What?
You need a cue to start talking?
Timmy, you're talking over me. So he comes up to me at the end of the show and he goes, "Efren, what happened with the IFP? Like, could you not hear? Like we were telling you into the IFP, could you not hear what was going?"
Well, the problem is you called it an IFP. So
I go,
you
"Josh."
didn't know what you were getting.
Efren had a fucking AirPod in.
Three, 4, 5, 6. He asked me, he goes, what was the problem? Why couldn't you hear in the IFB? I go, because I didn't have one, Josh. They ran out and didn't have one for me. And he goes like this. Oh, that makes sense. You were fine, man. You were great. Great job.
We didn't have them. I didn't have one either.
Yeah.
Oh, we are
Well,
so
now I
going
got
to
one.
watch
Hold-
you referee, and we're going to be pissed drunk when we do it.
Yep.
And I'm going to wear Speedo.
I don't care
Okay.
if you're the
I
next
gotta
place
be
you
right
rep
back.
is
I
in
can hear
Mississippi.
you.
I'm going.
Hold on, we just
The
saw
next
the
place
back.
I am going to
He
ref
just
is
showed
gonna
his
be,
back. He showed his
Did I
back.
really?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we totally
All
saw
right,
it.
please
And I
don't tell
screenshotted
anyone.
it.
Please don't tell anyone.
We're going to be in Brookhaven. I'm going to be in Taylorsville, Mississippi, February the 20th.
Okay, well, I'm not going to do the next one. You got to tell me which one's after that.
He's getting
All
the
right.
second to next one.
Not
Why don't you
the
come-
next one.
I'm
Why
gonna
don't you
be-
come to
Date.
Huntsville and ref? You should come to Huntsville and referee, and then we'll all go party on my boat.
I'll be in Taylorsville Friday, February 21st for Lost Art of Wrestling. I'll be with BIW in Brookhaven, Mississippi on Saturday, February 22nd.
I have 2 checked bags for my flight. Guess how much the third check bag is?
$80.
$150.
I'm
Jesus.
driving.
150.
I'm driving from northern Indiana because I'm a trooper.
But look. Not only do I have my man, they fell out. Hold on. Not only do I have my IFBs, I have custom plates.
Oh my Jesus!
Oh.
I love
I
love
couldn't
that
help
so
but notice you
much.
just casually slipped in. Not only do I have an IRFB,
Yeah. Wait till he has to carry this. Wait till he has to carry this belt back when he goes back home if nobody wins it.
Hopefully not, because someone's gonna win it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
win
win
it.
that bitch.
I'm winning it.
Oh, Dave, I
It's
can't wait
going
for you to
be
get to my house
magic.
tomorrow.
At freeshows.com, you can still sign up for an annual membership and join us in Knoxville.
Everybody
you
was
can.
today.
I mean, if you were to sign up for an annual membership, you would be welcome to come to Huntsville.
Yeah.
And
Someone is
participate.
going to have the chance to win 2 tickets to WrestleMania, plus the Royal Rumble plaque, plus the game event belt. Literally jillions of dollars in prizes.
Jillions.
Jillions.
And you get to drink with us assholes.
Hey, Dave, guess what we're doing as soon as you get in town tomorrow?
Going to Top
Drinking?
Golf?
We're going to get my eyebrows waxed.
Oh,
No, I just got mine waxed. Look.
Mine look like Andy fucking Rooney right now.
Pondwater, can I send you a
hey,
picture?
and I don't care if this goes viral because he needs somebody needs to tell him.
Pubes.
I can do that.
Can we all agree? Can we all agree when it comes to NASCAR drivers that over the years, Jeff Gordon was a damn handsome man?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much
Back
so.
in the day,
He looks like Kermit the Frog.
not now. I'm talking about back in the day. Good-looking driver, won winning races left and right. Married Miss Winston Cup.
I totally would have
Miss
banged.
Winston?
I would have banged Danica Patrick way before Jeff Gordon.
Well, what
Well,
I'm
that's-
saying is that Jeff Gordon does not fit the mold of what you would think of as a NASCAR driver. Fast forward to Jeff Gordon in his 50s. I saw him on TV the other night. He's got these bushy-ass eyebrows that are scaring the kids. And I'm thinking, you're married to a supermodel, and she's letting this situation occur?
Well, he's not.
So you
He
want
doesn't
to
get to
fuck
with
him?
the helmet smashing it
He's-
down anymore. So
He legit has eyebrows that puff up like my hair. I mean, those fuckers are bushy.
So does Dave till he gets him waxed tomorrow.
Yeah,
Pondwater,
they're
I
getting
just
waxed.
sent you a picture. Can you
I'm
put
gonna
that
wax my
into the
taint
live?
too.
Into the live.
you're gonna do the old gooch, the Devil's Highway.
HSV, you know, I'm about to show you how I know it's almost. Joe
Does anyone
weekend
notice
for me.
how skinny Dave looks, by the way?
Thank you.
Y'all see that? Losing weight like crazy.
Ozempic.
No.
I lost 50 pounds on Ozempic, and then I got off it and gained 20 back. So
I did the carnivore diet.
I did that too, and it worked. It totally worked.
I went to
Here,
the
wait
lake
a
with
minute.
Dave.
Look, now I'm thinner.
I went to the lake with Dave and lost like 6 ounces. It
And
was
a
all on my
watch.
wrist. It was all on my
Yeah.
wrist.
I just
A watch and sunglasses.
I just grew my beard out and it hides my chin. So
Now, why do you think I have a beard?
So that's funny, TJ. So I shaved my beard off last week. Look how short it is.
yeah, I don't like it.
I shaved it off, and my oldest daughter comes in and she goes, "Ooh, Dad, I can see your fat chins."
Well, you're grounded.
Guess I haven't lost that much weight.
My
damn it.
Match.com
Oh, dude, I've
pick
lost
was
so much
always
weight.
this, to hide my chins. Now, if they do this, they don't have good teeth. If they have a hat on, that means they don't have hair.
I just grew my beard out.
Dave looks emaciated. Yeah, like terrible.
TJ, do you know what they?
You
they've
need to
called
gain
Dave
some
thin?
weight,
They called
Dave.
Dave thin. They called Dave thin, and the other Dave emaciated. That means
No,
they called me
not-
fat.
No,
you
you're
look nice, Efren. Real nice.
I think you look pretty, Efren.
I do too. Gorgeous.
You have to
I-
show my picture, Pondwater, because I'm getting yelled at to go eat
you-
now.
your backside
working
was
on it.
fabulous.
Take your time. What?
By the way, Dave and TJ, I know you guys have never seen this either. We got to see Bran earlier.
Who?
Brandon
Brand.
came in earlier.
Brand,
Okay.
the cereal,
I also thought you meant Brandon.
No, Brand, the Efren husband.
the
No,
Efren
the
brand.
person I
Yeah.
live with.
Pork and brand chunks.
I've seen Brand before.
This was the first time I had seen Brand.
I don't think I've ever seen brand.
Brand
that's
walked
watch.
in. We were
Pondwater?
doing Efren and I were talking sometime, and Brand walked in. That's when I
Pondwater,
saw
you
him.
have to delete that. You have to do the edit for
He
that.
can't
like I did for
delete
you.
it. It's his show.
That's why I'm telling you to delete it.
And we're live.
Okay. Now I gotta go. I'm getting yelled at. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please stay on so you can see my picture. I will
I'll
see
text you.
in
I'll text you
72
later.
hours. Adfreeshows.com. Study up on your
3
Eric
days?
Bischoff.
You're not getting it until
trivia.
Friday?
You have a shot. I get in Thursday, depending
Yeah,
on my.
yes.
That's
Today
48
is-
hours.
Today is Thursday.
Today's Tuesday.
Yes.
Today's Thursday. Shit, I'm late.
Your chance to win Eric Bischoff's money. Your chance to go to WrestleMania 41, courtesy of Ad Free Shows and the game event. Someone is going to have the chance to go to WrestleMania, win Eric Bischoff's money, and we got to get that Ram pyramid game in. We've got to do
Oh,
it. It's
yes,
ready.
yes.
It's ready
Yes.
to go.
Did you
We've
tell Dave about that?
That was
Yeah,
your job when I said tell Dave.
I think we did.
Dave, did we tell you about that?
No.
You're in. We're doing the pyramid. It's only
We're-
people we can trust. You're
we're
in
gonna
the
do it.
pyramid.
We're gonna do it at a Bojangles. Also, a reminder when we're live.
By the way,
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
was
you
gonna
now.
say, what are we
Like, you need
doing?
to literally write this down. I need you to bring your webcams or a webcam. Someone needs to bring one webcam.
A webcam.
So
I'll
wait,
just
we,
buy one.
we don't need
That's
several.
fine.
We just need one.
We need two, but if I remember, I'll bring one. But I don't think I'll remember.
I don't have. I have a MacBook. It doesn't. It has a
I-
cam on it.
I have a camera, so it's fine.
Okay.
Well, bring your camera.
All right. Where's my
I'm
picture,
rich. I'll
Bonner?
just buy one.
It won't let me
Fine.
create a PDF.
Buy one.
You're horrible. You're a horrible person.
Why are you
All
trying
right.
to create a PDF, nerd?
I love you. I'm going to be listening. Thank you guys for having me. Pondwater. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you, Efren.
Thank you.
Efren,
I love
thank you for
too.
coming on the show.
I
We've
love
had a
you.
great time tonight. I hope everybody else has had as much fun as we
You're
have.
so wonderful to me. Really.
They have actually.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to wear the belt tomorrow. Woo!
Naked.
I'll see you this weekend.
All right.
Indeed.
All right. Bye.
Indeed. Sorry we ran in on your show, Pondwater.
I was gonna say, Pondwater's like, this is my show. I've said 8 words the last 15 minutes.
Jeez.
I've seen that video. That video is fabulous.
Oh,
So have,
Oh,
you, have
have
you
mercy.
guys seen the RVD Dylan news?
yeah, RVD, and I already know that everything that he's saying is true.
It is
And-
true.
But what I'm saying is that anybody that thinks that RVD's just picking on a wrestling promoter, RVD doesn't make it a habit of calling people out for anything. He's
He does
pretty
not.
low key,
Yeah, he does not.
and especially in the wrestling business. And he just wasn't going to have it with Dylan, and he's gone after Dylan's dad too. He's
Yeah,
trying to he's holding Bobby accountable.
So when I worked Squared Circle Expo last year in Indianapolis, this is kind of a lengthy story, but again, it just shows you how ridiculous this is. So when you fill out the information to be a volunteer, they have you fill out like experience that relates to whatever you're going to be doing. So I said I was ex-military, and I've done security for concerts and whatnot in the past. So I get there, and I don't know the guy that is in charge of the volunteers, and he goes, "I'm going to put you with Bobby and Dylan," and he goes, "Ahead of time, I'm sorry." And I go, "Why?" And he goes, "Because they're not easy to deal with." But he goes, "That's why I put you with them, because it seems like you can handle it." I go, "Okay." So I've already got real high hopes for how this weekend's going to go. And Tommy Rich is hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
My
And-
buddy, Tommy Rich.
Tommy Rich was the highlight of that weekend, by the way.
Hey, Conrad, I thought you said we was gonna go to comedy club. They ain't heard nothing funny yet.
And
By the way, interrupting the comedian on
Yeah.
stage.
yeah, so I've already gotten this coach up from like the lead of the volunteers about how big a douche is. Dylan specifically was, the center point of it. And so I'm working him, and the first night wasn't too bad because there wasn't a lot of people there. It was the first night. It was just Tommy. Second day comes. Well, actually, so that night, the first night, we have dinner. It was me, Carla, Justin, the Headbangers, for some reason was there. Josh Chernoff and some other people. We had
Beaver cleavage.
and yes, that one. And it was fun. And so then I meet Tommy Rich, Bobby Fulton, and then two guys I don't remember. And we're just sitting around bullshitting, drinking, having fun. Bobby goes through me and goes, "Hey, I need you at my room at 9 a.m. I go, "That's weird, but okay." So I get up And I go to I stayed in the hotel that was across the street from the hotel that was hosting it. So I walk across the street in the morning, and I walk by the lobby restaurant, and Tommy Rich is sitting there with the 2 other guys, but I don't see Bobby. So I was like, oh, they must be down here already. So I sit there with them. I don't eat. We talk for bullshit for a little bit. We go to the conference room to start setting up the booths. So on this day, I'm working Ultimo Dragon and Sonny Ono. And both guys are great, for the record. And also there from Big Time Wrestling is Matt Riddle was there. Matt, actually decent dude. Didn't have an issue with Matt. Also wasn't a woman. Matt Riddle. Tajiri was there. Jushin Thunder Liger was there. And I feel like I'm missing somebody. Oh, RVD was there. So I walked in. Me and 2 other people walked into their tables. And again, I'm working Dragon and Sonny. Here's where it gets funny. Because a guy walks up. There had to have been 50 people there with like those WWE encyclopedias. And they would just turn to the page the wrestlers on and have them autograph it. Which I thought was kind of cool, actually. Like, I'm a nerd. I appreciate that. So this guy walks up. He's got the encyclopedia. Turned to Ultimo Dragon. Signs it. Leaves. Dylan walks up and he goes, now, mind you, we've been at it for 2 hours by this point. And Dylan walks up and he goes, hey, how much did you charge for that autograph? I said $40 because that's how much the sheet says. It says $40. He goes, it's 50. I said, why? Well, it's specialty. I don't know what that means. It's an autograph. What are you talking about? Well, it's a specialty item. I go, they didn't buy it here. It's their encyclopedia. Whatever. So then the next guy, literally the next guy walks up, 8x10. Hey, can you sign this to Charles? Ultimo Dragon. He talks to Sonny Ono for a minute. Assuming a translator. Signs it to Charles. Takes a picture. Leaves. Here comes Dylan. Hey, you shouldn't have him personalize the autographs. I said, why? I swear to God. He looks at me and he goes, he doesn't speak English. And I looked at him. I said, no shit. He just spelled Charles. I watched him. What are you talking about? So I forgot the beginning of the day. So me and Tommy Rich walked to the conference room. We start setting shit up, and here comes Bobby Fulton.
By the way, Efren loves Tommy Rich.
He does. And Bobby Fulton walks up to me and goes, I told you I needed you at my room at 9. I said, yes, you did. Well, I said they were down here, so I assumed this is what you want me to do. And he goes, I can't repeat the next sentence because there's a word in there that I cannot say. But he said, listen, I'm not a use your imagination. And I go, that's weird that you would say that. I didn't think that. And he goes, excuse my language, fucking kids today trying to get in the wrestling business. I looked at him, I said, Bobby, I am 39 years old. The days of me,
you are a kid compared to Bobby Fulton.
well, I said the days of me trying to get in the wrestling business, that shit's over. Like, that's way gone. That's not going to happen. And I said, listen, I'm a volunteer, and you seem to think I work for you. I don't. I said, it's just as easy for me to walk back up to the front, hand in my badge, and come back as a customer. I said, I don't work for you, and you're not going to talk to me this way. However, if you want to treat me like an adult, I will sit here and make you as much money as humanly possible. But I said, you're not going to treat me like shit. That just ain't going to happen.
How do you think that conversation would have gone if he'd have said that to me?
You would have punched him. Because I was close. I was real close. Me. And so, and here's the kicker. Here's the best part of the whole thing. So it's like 5 o'clock. We're wrapping up. And Dylan brings me like a Rubbermaid tote just filled with turnbuckle pads. And he said, I need Sonny and Dragon to sign all of these. There's like 200 of them.
I just told him $50 a piece. Those are
it's a specialty item. And
I'm out. Got to go pick up my kid. Love you guys.
See you, Dave.
See you tomorrow, Dave.
So
You got that? You got my address, right? You're good.
I don't think I have your address. Hey, I got your.
You can handle it
I'll
via
text you.
text. Get the fuck off.
I'll
Yeah,
text you.
text me it so I don't have to go looking for it.
All right.
All right, drop a pin.
not the PM. So then
He doesn't know how to do that. He lives in Alabama.
they're done at 5. At which point I'm going to walk Dragon and Sonny Ono back to their room. It's 4:30. I said, hey, I looked at Sonny. I said, just as a reminder, this is when I fell in love with Sonny Ono. I said, just as a reminder, Dylan wants you to autograph those turnbuckle pads. And Sonny looked at the Rubbermaid Toda pads and then looked at me and he said, I don't give a shit what that fat fuck wants. Okay. You're a grown ass adult. I'm going to tell you what to do. And I said, are you ready to go? He goes, yes. I'm like, I will guide you back to your room. And we just left.
Sonny is the best.
Oh, Sonny was great.
I love Sonny Ono.
Just the fact that this
he tried that shit again with Sonny and he bowed up on Denovius and Denovius made him shit his pants.
Oh, it's not hard.
I mean, he wanted to be a badass until somebody, I don't know, I think he gets a pass, but I've heard him referred to in circles as Bobby Fulton's goofy ass kid.
Oh, I've heard that. I heard it several times that weekend.
Yeah. I mean, if he wasn't Bobby Fulton's kid, he wouldn't have lasted as long as he did.
And again, I think the moment with him was when he told me he doesn't speak English, and I said, no shit. That was like actually it might have been the last time he talked to me that day. Because again, like, I'm a 39-year-old man. You ain't gonna fucking talk to me like that.
Right.
He doesn't speak English. What? Who knew? No one told me. I've always been speaking to him in Google Translate for 2 hours, you dummy. What are we? God. And he had a beef with Matt Riddle that weekend. Towards the end of Saturday. I remember it. It was over payment, I think.
Yeah. That guy's hopefully he's gone for good, but those guys, unfortunately, those kind of people turn up way too often in our industry. So
what's fun is that the Squared Circle Expo comes back in June. So we're 6 months away. I'm already getting and here's another thing. Because I worked Dylan and well, I'll just say Dylan. I'm not going to throw Bobby in there. But just because I worked Dylan last year, they're going to let me work whoever I want. I get to pick who I want to work with this year. And the messages are already coming out. You know, the head of the volunteers has talked to me. I've already signed up, got everything worked out. And I was texting Justin Yet, the fund director, and I said, well, looks like we don't have to worry about Dylan coming back. Because this shit broke like, 4 days ago? So
yeah, I saw that he canceled. He had an event scheduled for March, and he's canceled it.
Weird. Apparently he's about to get his ass whooped, and he knows it.
I'd work his table.
Dude, honestly, with interactions with him aside, I had a riot. Like, again, Tommy Rich, Ultimo Dragon, Sonny Ono.
Dylan's been a dick to me every time I've been around him, but I've never had a bad experience with Bobby Fulton.
I did.
I mean, I know, I'm just saying, but my personal experience with Bobby Fulton, but I mean, when we went to the Crockett Cup, I took my little brother, and Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton had all the time in the world for my little brother.
Yeah.
So me and my little brother ran into Bobby Fulton in Charlotte and took the same picture again. But we told him that, it stuck with my brother all of his life that Bobby Fulton was so cool to him when he was a little kid.
Yeah. And honestly, we're dealing with Bobby. I don't think the majority. I chalked it up as anxiety. And, being of a different generation, talking like that, whatever. Because I told his friends that was with him, like, I get it. Like, he's got 7 wrestlers he's trying to maintain, and he's trying to make money. Like, I understand. I get it. But again, I just ain't the guy. Yeah. And
you can only mash on a volunteer so hard.
Well, I did feel bad for him because he's got, is it throat cancer or tongue cancer?
Thought it was throat.
I think it is too. So, and like he can really only drink like protein shakes at this point. Yeah. He can't eat, which is crazy. So I couldn't imagine. So I do have sympathy for him, but Dylan, fuck that dude. Like, I have no sympathy for him whatsoever.
He's a prick. So I heard you mention wrestling with commercials. Tell everybody where they can get that content.
Well, it just so happens. That's right here.
There we are.
www.patreon.com/Ram
Network. Wrestling and more.
That's true.
for $1 a month.
And for those wondering, because we've been getting, we've kind of been teasing the Wrestling in the Rose City, the Portland Wrestling Show. The first episode is up on the FFP, soon to be Drunken Pop YouTube page. I will be posting it to our Ram Network Patreon page as soon as this show's over. It is up. We talked to Brian Solomon about Portland wrestling from 1960 and before. So, well, not Donovan, but Herbo and his dad, and how him and his brother Elton took over. And we used Brian, who's a WWF expert. He's writing the book on Gorilla Monsoon called Irresistible Force, that I cannot wait for. We used him as like a counterpoint to where, this is what Portland wrestling was doing at the time. Here's what the WWF was doing. And then we also did the NWA map at the time and kind of described the territory system and how that all worked. It's an hour, almost on the dot. I had a blast doing it. And again, Portland wrestling is just one of those territories you don't hear much about.
No.
So I thought, and we want to tell the story right. So we're doing a lot of research. We're using, I believe I have a picture of it. So let me find that. But here it is. Katie Bar the Door by Mike Rogers, History of Portland Wrestling. That is our source material for the show.
Buddy Rose, Roddy Piper.
Oh man, you asked me 10 minutes ago, I would have known it.
The blonde guy looks so familiar to me.
He does.
But we're going to get into the grappler spent some time up there.
Yep. Yeah. And also, I forgot the most important part. I have the library for Portland Wrestling. So we're going to, as we do the episodes, we're going to do a Portland Wrestling watch along, which should be coming up soon. Our first episode of that. So, it's something like to kind of, we all like wrestling. We're all, experts in our own little world, but to kind of venture into unknown territory for me and really dive into stuff like this. Dave was pulling up articles from 1961 on Kurt Van Oppenheimer. Or Poppenheim. His last name is Poppenheim, Kurt Van Poppenheim. And like, it's, to dig that deep and find this stuff and, tell these stories, which Kurt Van Poppenheim sounds ridiculous. He's going to be episode 2 because he's one of the guys that sued the NWA for antitrust in 1968, I think it was. So it's to learn all this new stuff, find out these characters, and also realize how many people you already know were there. Stan Stasiak was like a legend in Portland. Duke Kiwanuka, who was the other big time? We just did it. I can't remember. But there's, we haven't even gotten to Roddy Piper and, Scotty Flamingo, or I think what was he, Johnny Hotbody in Portland. Like, we haven't even gotten there yet. We're still in the 60s. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Iceman King Parsons.
Iceman King Parsons, yeah. So I cannot wait to sort of see this unravel and work itself out.
And we talked about it earlier in the show. Ricky Vaughn, who was being trained, he was sent to Portland specifically to learn how to wrestle, to return to Dallas to be Lance Von Erich.
Oh.
Did he have to get glasses? Because I saw the movie Rick Vaughn had to get glasses.
Major League.
And then he could throw straps.
So when is Drunken Pop? When are we kicking off Drunken Pop?
Next week.
Oh, awesome.
Well,
we're recording it next week.
2 weeks, yeah. It will be back on Tuesday mornings because that's when we always were with FFP. So what we've done is, how would you describe it, TJ? Dumbed it down, maybe?
No, so what we talked about it.
We've stripped it down.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, for sure. We did do that. So we talked about it, and at first we were centered around wrestling. We felt we just not that we didn't enjoy it. We just felt it narrowcasted us too much. And then
I liked the filter-free podcast, but sometimes I felt like the information was thesaurus, like Farmer's Almanac level minutia.
So here we are. So what we've decided now is we're each still going to pick a story, but Timmy was the entertainment or the music guy, Dave was the movie guy, I was the sports guy, and then we would do a news story. We're not doing it anymore. We're not pigeonholing ourselves into one topic, we're each picking a story from a certain month and a certain year, and we will write as the individual. We will write the source material for that, but after that, it's just going to be our commentary of it, what we remember of it, how it impacted us, stuff like that. So it's not going to be, because behind the curtain, FFP, almost every word of it was formatted,
Scripted.
I've been on the show. I'm aware.
Right. So, and that was on purpose, because it's always been my opinion that, and I'm right, but it's always been my opinion that if you format a show that tight, you can veer off, which we often did, but you still have a lane to stay in.
But the best stuff
But the best stuff is the improv stuff.
is when you veer off.
Yeah, and
So
I'm more comfortable just like this. We've been all over the spectrum. We've been everywhere. We've been everywhere tonight.
Yeah. So that's what.
But I appreciate you guys for jumping on, because, I mean, even though we're all going to the same place, Amy couldn't make it tonight because she's getting ready for her trip.
Quitter.
I mean, it's the same trip that we're taking.
Right. And
but
I'm
again,
driving.
I digress, and I'm not going to throw stones and cast aspersions.
I am.
And
In
we're going to
fact,
be back
when I get there, I'm whipping her ass.
But we will be back next week, and we're going to talk all about our adventures in Huntsville. Hopefully, there's going to be some funny video of Amy.
For sure.
Could be some funny video from me.
She slapped me last year.
But we're also going to have, from Southern Royalty, BIW superstar Alex Arsenal. Alex Arsenal is going to join us on the show next week. I'm super high on this guy.
Nice.
I told him the other day that when I see Seth Rollins on TV, I think that he's Temu Alex Arsenal.
Wow.
That's strong.
That's high praise.
This guy, I'm in the Alex Arsenal business. The business is good. This guy is tremendous, and I think this is going to be his breakout year.
You know what's interesting when you kind of look around, especially if you're not. I have not been adept in the independent wrestling scene for a while. Like when FFP first started, to go back to that, we were going to independent shows constantly, and we were having a blast. SCW in Iowa, we went to 3 or 4 of their shows, and having a blast. And you get to see all these different people. Like we actually saw Heather Reckless, who's now in TNA. We saw her in SCW, and then you kind of like Manders. We saw Manders every time in SCW. Now he's one of the bigger independent guys out there right now, and it's just cool to see these people and meet them after the show, because we were doing interviews after SCW, and we interviewed. By the way, SCW is the Seth Rollins training program and promotion, Black and Brave, with Merrick Brave. So we interviewed Merrick Brave before the show, and then we interviewed Heather Reckless, Shazza McKenzie, Manders, and I don't remember the other person. JT Energy, and who's over my shoulder, and then you see these people just over time blossoming and becoming bigger in the wrestling business, and you're like, well, yeah, I saw them 3 years ago in Iowa, and yeah, I definitely saw this coming, and that's cool. I want to go to more.
The show that I was a part of this past weekend. I'm sorry, TJ.
No, I'm sorry. It's your show.
The show that I was on this past weekend, there was a guy that I've worked with 10 years ago, and where he was 10 years ago to where he was now, because it's been a while, because our paths cross occasionally, but he was in the ring with Alex Arsenal, and they tore the house down.
You know what we need to do? Ram Network road trip. All of us go to an indie show.
We are. It's called Huntsville this
weekend. Not that one.
Yeah, we're going to AEW.
I'm not. No.
Can I honestly, like my honest, so Timmy, have we done 3 all-ins? Or 2?
2.
So we've done 2 all-ins. I've been to a Dynamite, and I've been to a Rampage. Actually, I was at the Rampage Punk debuted at. It's a fun environment.
I'm looking forward to it. I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard it's great.
The crowd is great there.
It's a fun environment. It really is.
And
unless you're Dave.
But we're on this we'll do this road trip. Y'all come to Mississippi. And
I'm
we'll work it around one of our shows in Brookhaven. It's 45 minutes from my house.
I spent 9
I'm
months
in.
in Biloxi. I'm very familiar with Mississippi.
Well, all right. I'm going to wrap this thing up because I am going to take a trip tomorrow. I'm super excited to get to Alabama, and I'm super excited to get back and tell y'all all about it. But thank you to TJ Stevens for popping in. Thank you for Timmy C. Efren, we love you. Thank you for being my co-host tonight. Dave and
fuck Dave.
The other one.
Yeah.
The other day.
So and thank y'all for joining me tonight. This went long. It was all over the place, and I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did. But sometimes I got to do one of these shows that's for nobody else but me.
Absolutely.
Hopefully y'all liked watching, and we'll see you next time on Talking Wrestling with Palm Water and Amy. Thank you so much.